So Ovi scores with 0.1 seconds left, and I'm never going to be one of these guys who dings him for getting an empty net goal. He has, I believe, now 63 on his career. Wayne Gretzky had 56. I mean, guys get empty net goals. But what I wanted to ask you is there any other NHL record, in your opinion or the player's opinion, that comes close to the prestige of career goals scored? Like points, games played? Are there any that other players and you think that are close? Because we know career goals scored.
Stanley Cup's won.
That's the pinnacle. Maybe
that's
games,
a really good question.
Games played, you look at the top three in games played, it's Patrick Marleau, Gordie Howe, Mark Messier. I mean, that's a pretty good top three, and 5 through 10 are really good too. So do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that is a really, really good question. You know what?
Good job, Cakes.
I would say the goal record takes the cake, and here's why. Like, total points is a big one, too. Like, the all-time is Wayne. That's going to be really, really hard to beat. I want to say it's close to 3,000. You guys can fact-check me on that. But it's somewhere – it's going to be really, really difficult to get the all-time points. And it's a big deal, big deal. The goals, though, I think has a little bit more oomph to it. The goal, like all-time goals leader. Okay, and then the other records that you talk about, like there's an Ironman streak of, I want to say it's Phil Kessel, or there's a couple guys that have like, you know, whatever it is, 600 or 700 straight games without missing a game. There's like goalie wins. There's some out there, like you said, career games played, but I don't think they get to the goal record. I think the goal record holds more prestige. If you're asking what's the most prestigious record in hockey, I would probably say the goals record. That would be my vote.
Phil Kessel. Yeah. Just to give it, you're right. Phil Kessel is number one with 1,064 consecutive games played. And then Gretzky finished with 2,857 points. Second place is Jagr. He's 900 points back at 1,921. Ovi's at 1,589.
That's quite a gap.
He's like 1,300 points back.
Yeah, and there's some cool records too, but what I think has changed is some of the rule changes. You know how the NFL has gone to an extra game, so now like the season by season, like Wayne had 50 goals in 39 games. That's an incredible record. The game changing, to me, sort of, it doesn't change the record. It's still going to always be there, but it makes it almost unattainable to a certain extent. He had 215 points in a season. Because there was so much scoring in that era, I think it's going to be really hard to break that. So it's a great record. I don't think anybody can get to that in this era, where the goals record with Ovi doing it through the 90s and 2000s and through a bunch of different eras, that's number one for me.